my name is Fragola Jr. I am the managing partner of Jekyll & Hyde Taphouse and Grill here in Belmont, North Carolina. So I've been in the restaurant business since I've been 9 years old. Always enjoyed working in the food service business. From there, I worked in banking sector, and I decided one day that I wanted to open up my own restaurant. Crazy as it seems, I've done it. I opened up my first Jekyll & Hyde 4 years ago, and this is our second location that was opened this year in 2020. During the first shutdown, it came by a great surprise. Nobody was prepared for it. You know, COVID is something that came, and the restaurant industry itself was really hurt badly. Now, one thing that people don't realize is small business is exactly what it is. It's small business. We don't have money sitting in the bank to hold us up for months. You know, we're not sitting on piles of cash. So when we were told to shut down, it was devastating. We had a brand new restaurant that we were preparing to open. We opened up for one day and then we were told you need to shut this business down. Now, of course, because that did happen, we had made no money to that point. We didn't have a savings account prepared yet. So shutting down a brand new restaurant with 65 employees was one of the worst things I've ever had to do in my life. One of the big things that people always forget to talk about with small business are the employees. They're almost like the forgotten ones that do all the work but get none of the credit. One of the things that happened when we had to furlough our employees, we had a big meeting. I'm a firm believer, if you're gonna do it, it's best to look your employees in the eyes, to always greet your employees, look them in the eye and let them know good news as well as bad news. Now, one of the impacts that employees had, especially with service industry, is they work day by day. So they're cash employees. They're not looking for a big check at the end of the week. And not knowing when your next paycheck's gonna come, not knowing how long unemployment's gonna take, not knowing if you're gonna even get unemployment. Well, what do you do with your family? How do you tell your children, well, I'm sorry, you can't eat today? How do you tell your landlord, I'm sorry, I can't pay the rent? You know, that's something that a lot of people don't remember. And it's a tough situation to deal with, because unless you're put in that situation, you really don't know what these poor people are going through. So what would happen if we're hit with a second round of closures? What's gonna happen to our business? What's gonna happen to other small businesses? What I can tell you is this: it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be something that anyone's prepared for, and it sure as heck is not gonna be anything that anybody wants. Again, just going back to it, small businesses are businesses that don't have a lot of financial backing. We're mom and pops. We're the people that have saved our entire lives for this business that we have a passion for. And unfortunately, this second round of closures, if it does come by, will be devastating, especially for the food service industry. There's businesses that can't make it another week with a closure. So if that were to happen again, I can only imagine the devastating impact it'll have on food service, as well as all the families that will lose their jobs. So what impact does small business have on our community? Well, it's actually a big impact. One of the things you have to remember is we are part of this community. The community is based upon the employees and the people that live here. Things I could tell you with Jekyll & Hyde is we donate to the community. We donate to baseball teams, to sporting teams. We donated to a dog park that we're hoping to have built here in Belmont, North Carolina. With the dog park, it brings more people to town. New people that might have never been to Belmont will come here to bring their dogs, have a good time, meet other people. And from there, what happens when they're in town? Well, they're spending money at the small business. We help the community helps us. We both need each other. If people aren't happy, it creates that little depression that's out there. And yes, a lot of people think, well, it's only a bar. You're closing at 9 o'clock, what's the big deal? I don't care, I go to bed early. But what about the people that do come out, that have worked all day long, have to deal with all that different stress that they have? This is where they come to release it. And I think it's so essential that businesses should remain open till 11 p.m. just so we can take care of those people, make sure that they're going home happy, making sure that also the businesses financially shouldn't be impacted because of what the government is doing to us. Again, we're small business. We need every hour, every dollar at this time, especially during COVID-19 when a lot of people aren't coming out. So it is important that we are open every hour of the day that we can be. So let's take a second and talk about guidelines as far as what do restaurants and bars follow. Is it safe to come out and eat right now during this pandemic? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to tell you why. One of the things that restaurants have to maintain is a health code score. We have to be sanitized. We have to clean every day. We have health inspections that come in and continually monitor us. So we're much different than a lot of other small businesses because we are monitored by the state. And one of the things that I could tell you is with these new guidelines, quite honestly, nothing's changed, at least in my operation. We've always broken down our equipment. We wipe down our table, wipe down our chairs, wipe down our bars, wipe down everything, all the way down to menus and salt and pepper shakers. It's important that people know that when they go out to eat, they are safe. We are taking every precaution possible to make sure when people come out to eat, they're here, they're safe, and they're happy when they leave. One of the things I could tell you about being an entrepreneur is I really enjoy the interaction with guests as well as my employees. One of the great things about being in the food service business is you meet people from all walks of life. You employ people from all walks of life. You just never know who you're going to have a conversation with that day. You never know who you might be hiring that day. You might be hiring that single mom that's been looking for a job for quite some time, and you just made her day because you gave her that job that she's been searching for. You might be meeting somebody at the bar one day, or maybe in the restaurant, that just celebrated maybe an anniversary or a birthday, and you made their day by coming over and saying happy birthday and bringing them that little dessert. There's a lot of great things that come from a job like mine, and I have to tell you the truth, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So I'm Fragola Jr., the proprietor and operating partner of Jekyll and Hyde Taphouse and Grill. I look forward to seeing everyone come out here. Hopefully you viewed this video and it made you think twice that, hey, maybe I need to support small business. Maybe you're right, Frank. It is safe to go out and eat, and I do want to come out and enjoy that camaraderie of other people that are also being safe, social distancing, as well as having a good time. It's important also, folks, don't forget, please support small businesses. We need you as much as you need us.